The Supremacy, the largest Star Destroyer ever constructed. This Mega-class Star Dreadnought in the First Order have a colossal wingspan of 60,000 meters or 32 miles in length. A gigantic warship built on an unprecedented scale, the Mega Destroyer Supremacy served Supreme Leader Snoke as a mobile command center. As the First Order headquarters, the starship acted both as a command center and a battleship. Its size was insane to say the least, easily outclassing all known ship size in the galactic history, including the Star Dreadnought of the Galactic Empire, the trophy battlecruiser used by wealthy citizens of the waning days of the Old Republic. The Supremacy was built at an astounding cost and at a secret birthplace in the unknown regions. Manufactured by the Kawat and Trala Engineering, this Mega-class Dreadnought was the biggest destroyer ever made. If you want to get a general idea of how big the Supremacy really is, let's start with the standard TIE Fighter, which is about 5.3 meters or 17 feet in length. The Resurgent is about 2,914 meters or 9,560 feet in length, while the larger Mandator-class Star Dreadnought is about 8,000 meters or 26,246 feet in length. Measuring more than 60 kilometers or 37 miles from wingtip to wingtip, and with a height of 3,975 meters or 13,000 feet, these proportions made the Supremacy the largest capital ships in galactic history. This vast flying wing boasts the destructive power of a full fleet, has the industrial capability of a planet, and serves as a test bed for the First Order's newest military advances. On the wingtip is the communication hub. Its communication complex monitors the holonet traffic throughout the galaxy to identify trends and weaknesses that the First Order could identify. The Supremacy was large enough to dock 8 Resurgent-class Star Destroyers, 6 externally and 2 internally. The docking stations are used for refueling and resupplying these Star Destroyers. It can hold over 2,200,000 personnel, including officers, stormtroopers, gunner, engineers, factory worker, technical specialists, and communication staff. In addition, the Supremacy possessed thousands of heavy turbo lasers, anti-ship missile battery, heavy ion cannons, and tractor beam projector. The ship had approximately 32 sublight engines, which was an improvement over the sublight engine system, as well as a very powerful hyperdrive. As you can see from this comparison, just one of the Supreme sublight engines is about the size of one Imperial-class 2 Star Destroyer, which is about 1,600 meters or 5,200 feet in length. When you look at the Supremacy overall design, it borrowed many of the design philosophies and characteristics from the US B-2 bomber. Unlike its predecessor, this high aerodynamic efficiency and extremely large payload gives the Supremacy advantages over the previous and existing Star Destroyer. Let's take a closer look inside the Supremacy. Near the wingtip is reserved for top-secret laboratories and dangerous weapon tests. Located near the labs are the water and sewage processing plant, a coolant pump, and a coolant silo. In addition, there are several hyperdrive generators, at least 6 fusion reactor complexes, and a reactor silo, which allows for power generation that will generate electricity by using heat from nuclear fusion reactions. Close by is the drone tram that carries raw materials and supplies for the ground vehicle and Star Destroyer manufacturing zone, as well as several water tanks for the city center. The majority of the cruise quarters were placed within the various central city blocks of the ship. It also possessed a detention center near the stern, a common area, an assembly hall which could accommodate 200,000 personnel, as well as at least 346 laundry rooms. Its main command bridge sat upon a massive structure at the center of the ship, which had a similar design to that of a Executor-class Star Destroyer. The bridge can display a 360-degree view over everything within the cityscape-like structure on the main wing of the destroyer, and is the central hub of the vessel's activities, serving as the primary command and control station. Below the bridge is the Hyperspace tracking complex. The Supremacy used an active tracking equipment that allows it to pursue its target through hyperspace using a combination of technological advancements and brute force data calculations. And at the heart of the massive ship is the throne room where Supreme Leader Snoke commands his army. Toward the aft end of the ship is the sublight engine array and maneuvering thrusters, which improves on the propulsion system that was originally designed for the Death Star. On the midsection of the wing is the Star Destroyer construction and maintenance facilities and capital ship's component manufacturing. It also houses well-stocked raw materials, 8 dual steel foundries, an asteroid mining complex for harvesting raw materials directly from the asteroid fields, as well as state-of-the-art production line for the starfighters' assembly line and droid repair shops. The ship possessed at least 10 military staging areas, each of which could accommodate up to 36,000 stormtroopers, a medical center, and a training center to brainwash young cadets into the military. The ship is made of deflector shields, projector plates, and within the Supremacy armor decks are the department reserved for developing, researching, and improving new weapons and technology. A capital ship built on a nearly unimaginable scale, the Supremacy is a vast flying wing more than 60 km wide. In addition to being a warship with enormous firepower, it serves Supreme Leader Snoke and the First Order as a mobile capital Star Destroyer. It is the largest and most impressive starship ever built, even outclassing the Executor-class Star Dreadnought of the Galactic Empire. The true capability of the Supremacy, however, are showcased in its lethal weapons and abilities. It can track other ships through hyperspace to ensure there is no escape. This makes the ship a truly formidable part of the First Order, simply because it can produce extra supplies and resources for its crew and supporting ships. Only the Death Stars and the Starkiller Base rival its power. The mighty ship was destroyed in two when the Raddus went into hyperspace along a path that passes through the Supremacy. So what are your thoughts on the Supremacy? Leave your comment on the section below. And I hope you enjoyed this in-depth look into the largest Star Destroyer ever built, the First Order Supremacy. And if you want to see more animation regarding other Star Destroyer, like the Venator, the Imperial-class Star Destroyer, and the Executor-class Super Star Destroyer, check out my playlist on the right hand corner. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.